news coming out that you should buy Coinbase stocks from Goldman Sachs as one of their employees moves over to Coinbase. If you can't see exactly what's happening here, they are definitely working with each other to try and increase their value. So those were our three big stories for today. And again, that's the Gentleman of Crypto, Monday through Friday at 10-ish Eastern. Catch us on YouTube.
Yeah, make sure y'all check out the Gentleman of Crypto, man. It's an amazing show and the longest running show about Bitcoin in the world, period. The longest continuous running show. Somebody might have started back up when the bull run happened, and then they try to act like they still running. But these dudes are everyday bull bear. It don't matter. They there. It's awesome, man. So y'all want to talk about some of this, right? Here's what's so crazy. So some of the stuff Zay was talking about earlier, he was talking about the FTA, the FATF, the FATFA, is trying to make sure that people have custody wallets. What do you guys think about that, man? What do you think about these custody wallets and they trying to force people into them? Does that even make sense to you?
Yeah, it actually would. It's all about control on their end. And as we talk about in here daily, hourly, it's all about decentralization and self-control. Like, so, and without that, it's all about mind games, man. How can we play on your mind and make you think this is better? So they're just trying to sell. They're trying to just put you back into the burning house that you were able to walk out of and make it seem as if, and bind you with cash. That's what it sounds like, right, Zay? Like, you can't get the cash unless you have one of these.
Yeah, well, they're trying to make it so that if you try to trade, or if you try to send from an unhosted wallet, they may reject it if it's not on a central exchange. So, yes.
Yeah. So then they're trying to sell the fact that this is the only thing you can touch, and we have your back as usual. So, I mean, it's not surprising.
So is this them basically saying they trying to get rid of a lot of warm wallets?
They just trying to get in the heads of people.
So isn't it any warm wallet that's not associated with an exchange, right? So it would be like the Black Wall. No, the Black Wall Street wallet is an exchange. So would it be like Edge wallet?
No, but I think the Black Wall Street wallet.
That's centralized.
Yeah, I think the Black Wall Street wallet is still gonna give you your keys, so it'll still be a warm wallet. It's kind of like
it's kind of like Blue Wallet.
Or like keys.casa, where you have your wallet, but you can buy inside the wallet. You know what I'm saying? Or Exodus or something like that.
Yeah. Or if you have your own private wallet on your own computer that you may have got from a wallet.dat file or on a command line, those type of wallets as well, because they're quote unquote unhosted, which makes no sense because I host it.
Right.
So it is hosted, but but it's not them. So again, it is about control.
Yeah.
And if you have a Bitcoin node and it comes with a wallet, those are the type of wallets too. Like now, I think one thing that's good, Lamar, is people are starting to notice the difference and the importance between like wallets. Even though we talk about a lot, like we talk about before it happens, and once it happens, it accelerates people to do it.
I think anything that decreases the number of choices that you have as a consumer is bad. So, that it's concerning to me. It's just, to Justin's point, it's just another push to try to centralize control, to restrict your powers as a consumer. And that it goes against the whole ethos of Bitcoin. When we want choices and we want to have the privilege to bank our own investments. So it's problematic.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of called this, right? We knew what time it was. We've been talking about this in Black Bitcoin Billionaire for a while, and all of this stuff is laying out just like we thought it would. The reason why we talked about it because the Office of the Comptroller said that it was okay for banks to custody Bitcoin. And so when they said it's okay, then what happens is the majority of the people, they're only going to trust something like Bitcoin because they don't have education about it. The more you know is what's going to give you the upper hand. But because they don't know anything about it, they're going to trust the banks, and the banks are going to just custody the Bitcoin. And then when you have the FAT come out and say, listen, the only way you'll be able to have this is if you have a hosted wallet or a quote unquote custody wallet, they basically are setting up all the blocks for everyone to still be custodied. And then let's just keep this narrative going that they have. Then it's, we're going to make it where if you send over $10,000 in Bitcoin, you have to report to the IRS. right? So all of these things is just trying to make Bitcoin look just like the banks, which Bitcoin was here to take away the banks. And that just shows you that, remember what we said, if they can't stop it, they're going to have to adapt and adopt. And what their way of adapting right now, the way they think to adapt is like, yeah, you guys can trade in Bitcoin, but it got to look like making transactions at a bank. Think about that. It's crazy.
Yep, banks aren't accepting Bitcoin. Bitcoin is accepting banks now because now they're trying to come in and change the narrative because they realize how valuable it is. It's crazy. I think they know what's about to happen with the price in the next year or so. So they're just, like you said, setting up these roadblocks for people to discourage them. But hey, we are the black Bitcoin billionaires. We're not backing down.
Right, not at all. Because here's what's so funny. How it's just like with gold. Like, how in the world can they come and confiscate your gold? Right back in the day. Only way they could do it is if it's in the bank where you're not in control of it, or if you willingly hand it over. Now, how in the world are they going to force you as an individual who has the ability to write your own code and do anything you want to basically make sure that your wallet is on a hosted exchange? You get what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense to me at all. You can't enforce that. How do you enforce that?
It doesn't make sense because really you can build a wallet just by buying parts off of Amazon. Like,
bro, it's just software. You could build a wallet in a browser. You know what I'm saying? Like you
exactly. You can do this and you won't be able to stop. Like I said, it's a mind thing. The math, because they know that we're the first, 1 to 2% of the globe here. We still have a massive opportunity to affect the rest of the 85% and just let the rest of them be grandfathered in because they got lucky or whatever they want to call it. Like it's really like that almost to me, man, because you can't stop it, but what can we do?
And it feels like they going for what do you? I'm gonna ask you guys this: do you think they're trying to go against the fungibility of Bitcoin by trying to determine what types of transactions can happen or not, and all of that kind of stuff? So they'll be watching them and saying, okay, all of these transactions came from banks. These transactions came from things we don't know. Do you think that'll wind up being some of the things that they try to do, at least with the bank wallets?
Yeah, I remember back in 2014, somebody wrote an article about what they call colored coins, where they basically, this is good coins, these are bad coins, and that could affect the fungibility. But honestly, the more regulation they have, the bigger the black market is going to grow, and other countries are going to surpass us while we do this. So it's not going to stop anything, and we'll slow it down for Americans, I think. If you let it happen.
Which will ultimately lead to buying more Bitcoin.
Yeah, I think you actually bring up a great point, Lamar. I never thought about it, but in the sense where if you take away the fungibility of Bitcoin, I think that's how they really start to tax you, in the sense where now they know exactly which ones you bought at which time. Because as of right now, we can use specific identification and legally avoid paying a whole bunch of taxes by using that strategy. But if you take away the fungibility of it, it's treated like a stock, and stocks are taxed a lot harsher than cryptos as of right now.
No, that's real. Yeah, and think about it though. What they're gonna do is they can't stop the technology. They can't stop the peer-to-peer nature of it. What they're going to do is try to scare you out of it by saying, because it's messed up to me when they try to use a tax as a penalty, right? It's like the tax is the penalty, and if you don't pay the tax, you're getting penalized. It's like they try to use that to put fear in your heart. Like, well, shoot, why do I even own this if they're gonna take everything from me? If you don't understand the technology, you're gonna feel like that all the time, man. Like, that's the real part. And they're trying to see how many people can we deter away from this, or if they are going to use it, they're going to use it under our surveillance. That is not what Bitcoin is. That's not what it's about. And that's the reason why we always say at some point there's going to be a line drawn in the sand, and you're going to have to ask yourself the question, which side of the line do I want to be on? Do I want to be on freedom and sovereignty, or do I want to be on the side of the line that allows for surveillance and then watching my every transaction and taxing me straight to death? And that's what it's going to come down to. Now, again, I say this is a war that is fought with no guns, and it's really a war of your mindset. Like, if your mindset is to continue to say, you know what, I'm going to allow them to do everything they want to me and watch all of my transactions and all of that, then so be it. But the technology allows you to be free if you want to be, period.
That's like real deep. I don't know if everybody understood what you just said, but I agree 100%.
You want me to say it
Yeah,
again?
definitely.
You want me to say it again?
Go ahead, Mar.
Yeah, this is the thing. Basically, you just have to stop believing that the government and the banks are the best way, right? Once you get that out of your mind and realize they're not for you, if they were for you, they would not care about you transacting in whatever you're transacting in, because it's not the transaction that's the issue. It's whatever's being done with the transaction that's the issue. And that happens with dollars every freaking day. You understand what I'm saying? Like the dollars
Every day.
Yeah, every day. The dollars, the Bitcoin, all of that's just a tool. Like, you're not going to change the endpoints of the person who's human trafficking or terrorism. You're not going to change those endpoints. Those people are going to do whatever they can. If they got to trade Tide bottles with bleach or whatever it is, if they got to trade Tide Pods and that becomes a currency, they're going to trade Tide Pods or stamps like they do in jail. There's always going to be something, right? Tuna packets in jail, right? It's always going to be something that people use to transact with. So it's not the thing you're transacting with. It's the fact that the endpoints, whoever's using it for the transaction, that's the bad part. But they try to make you believe that Bitcoin is the bad part of this whole situation. They try to make you believe that it makes it a whole lot easier. Yet they try to put all of these controls on it. Think about it. Think about what they're saying. It makes it easier, but we got to put these controls on it. What? It don't even make sense. Right? It don't make sense that it makes it easier if they gotta put all these controls on it. That means it's not going to be a lot easier than just going to get some freaking dollars out of the ATM, going down to the corner and paying for whatever you want to pay for. Think about that. So
That's facts. And for the people that are coming in new that don't know any better, it's like they want to create as much hassle for them as possible. And tries their best to make the process look that much more complicated. So they just give in and just go the custody route and just give in to the banks and think that the way that the banks are doing these things are the way to go. And it's like, that's the last place you really want to be at.
yeah, Corey Marshall on Facebook, and I just brought him up on stage. He said they create money, tax you for getting the money they created, tax you for using the money they created, then tax you if the money they gave you becomes more valuable.
Facts.
Think about that, man.
Yep. Yeah, I remember when Bitcoin and crypto was a collectible, and everybody thought it was a joke, and then it just one day it was like, oh, it's valuable, so now we have to tax it.
Right.
I mean, just think about that. Just everybody called it fake. It was Beanie Babies. It was tulips. It was everything but a child of God. And now all of a sudden it's so valuable we have to keep people from getting it. I mean, we basically won. We just have to hold strong at this point.
Right. We won the first section. And now what they're doing is, because they know we don't have the majority of the masses, we only have about maybe 5% of the world. I would say maybe even less than that. We always said 1%, but nobody really knows for sure. But it's not that big of a percentage of the world. So what they're doing is they're like, man, this thing took off way faster than we thought it could. So we have to change the narrative as soon as we possibly can, and maybe not keep using the same FUD we used before, like terrorism and all of this stuff, because evidently they don't care about that. Let's do it. Let's hit their pockets now. Let's say, let us go in and tax every transaction. Let's make it hard for them to do it unless they have a custodial wallet, right? We'll let you do Bitcoin all day, but you got to go through us. All of that stuff right there in and of itself is something that we have to hold strong against and realize that you are a free, moral individual and that you can do what the heck you want with your money. It's a right, man. It is a freaking right. And then, until we start understanding that control of your own resources and your own money is a right, we will not win. Because as soon as you start bowing back down to what they're trying to do, they will control you and you will be dependent on the same system over and over again. And we know this system ain't never been for black people, period.
I got a question, Lamar.
Go ahead, bro.
Do you think it will be possible to do peer-to-peer transactions in the virtual reality space?
Yeah, of course. It wouldn't be it wouldn't be in the virtual reality space, right?
But I mean, essentially, I could do peer-to-peer transactions via VR.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's just being part of any network.
So the reason I'm bringing it up, because this is how my mind works. The minute I hear some FUD like this, I immediately just think about what will be coming forward that I could use in the future to still implement this decentralized peer-to-peer community. And if it's a situation where I can go into the VR space and meet somebody up in Singapore, purchase Bitcoin, then you will still continue to build a use. Like, it just adds to the fact that you cannot stop Bitcoin never.
Yeah, I mean, it's the biggest thing is that we can just go back to how me and Zay used to do it. We can go back.
I mean, yeah, that too, though.
Right?
Yeah, but
because
that'll
that's
be
even
a different tech, though, by then.
no, but that's even. But the thing is that is even if you really think about it, that's even better, right? Because that makes it truly decentralized. Yeah. When every single person on the planet can just walk up to another person on the planet and get Bitcoin. You get what I'm saying? We just have to. The thing is, the means of communication, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you should meet us in Miami. You might be able to meet some of us and buy Bitcoin there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And truthfully, you guys, go ahead. Zach.
I was gonna say I don't know who they're gonna be buying from because I don't have none.
hey, you sit outside the conference, you might meet a few, but yeah.
Yeah, lost Black Bitcoin billionaires don't have none.
Yeah, lost mine about that.
No, but truthfully, you guys, we're building a network right now with the Black Bitcoin billionaires. We have over 107,000 members here on Clubhouse. I always tap into Coin the Network on Facebook. That's 26,000, right? Think about building a peer-to-peer network that we can then be able to communicate with each other peer-to-peer. And when we need Bitcoin, we can just find somebody in our neighborhood because we all trust one another. You get what I'm saying? Is that kind of thing we can definitely build, and it wouldn't even be that hard. You can make a Discord channel and be like, hey, I'm in Brooklyn. I'm looking for somebody. DM me. I'm looking for somebody to sell me some Bitcoin. DM me. Boom. They go meet up. Boom. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even a business. It's because we all working together and we all peers. You can do that every day of the week, man. You can
especially. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Corey.
No, I'm saying especially like when more of us start getting into mining too. You know what I'm saying? So that's even better access, because we don't have to go to the exchanges anymore. We can go to that person that we know mines.
Right. You can get them clean Bitcoins. When I say clean, I mean untransacted with Coinbase Bitcoins.
And then once we take it to another level of implementing this Black Bitcoin Billionaires Lightning channel, it's going to be pretty much game over. Man.
Right, man. Right.
Then we get the Black Bitcoin Billionaires Thunder Network going, and we really out of pocket.
Nah, real talk. Like, see, we talking this stuff, right? We are literally talking this stuff, but this can actually happen. We have the technological. Yeah, we have the technological know-how to set up the Lightning Network amongst ourselves and create our own little small cabal. You know what I'm saying? We have all of it. We have all the pieces. We have all the pieces if we just really focus on it, because we can build a peer-to-peer network outside of the banks. We don't have to use the banks because they've already established that Bitcoin is property. And if I own the property, the way they look at it, as long as you're not running it as some business, you can sell your property to somebody else you know, right? So my whole thing is you just establish a dang on peer-to-peer network and say, hey, man, I'm selling my, hey, I'm looking for some. I got something for you, bro. Come check me out. We'll meet at Starbucks or we'll meet at McDonald's or whatever. And be completely outside of Coinbase and all of this other stuff, man. We can do that.
I mean, we've already been funding Bitcoins already with the token.
Yeah, man.
And I also want to bring up other countries, because Lamar, traveling to other countries, and Bitcoin's use case in other places. I mean, everybody here has probably heard that Nigeria is like second or third in transactions. And I mean, even here in Barbados, where I am, it's not even a thing here. But when you ask people about it, they've heard of it, and they're like, well, if there was somewhere to buy it, I would. So once we get those things set up, we have a global network of people where you can go peer to peer. And I mean, I think the stage is set, because Barbados is actually disassociating themselves from the UK next year or this year. So economically, they could build a base, and other islands and other places as well could build a base with Bitcoin as the foundation, kind of like the public treasury of other large companies. So it'll be even easier once we get to that point globally. So look to travel, I would say, as well.
Right. That's why we got to get tight, work together. And believe me, we all work, me, Zay, Hill Harper, all of us working on stuff in the back. There's probably other people too. We need to build ourselves up, build our networks up, and build these communities so we can all work with each other. Because once we start doing that, man, Like again, I just want everybody to understand this is not a time to be afraid. This is a time to realize what freedom is. Freedom ain't easy because there's always somebody that wants to keep your freedom or take your freedom from you. Always. Because they want to control you. Freedom is not free, man. So you're going to have to get your mindset straight before you start understanding what it is we doing with this Bitcoin stuff. And everybody who's trying to just get more dollars and all that, I hear what you're doing. I get it. But you got to understand, even those dollars, you see what's happening now. They won't even, if you sitting on dollars and you don't have access to a banking system where you have a debit card and a credit card, you can't even transact in some places because they not taking cash. Think about that.
Yeah, it's wild. That's wild.
Think about it, y'all. If you don't have a bank, and many of us are unbanked, we realize that. Many of us are unbanked. We go to the hood store and cash our checks. Many of us are dealing with that every single day. We don't have bank accounts to deal with stuff. So then what do they want? If people don't accept cash, they gonna have to figure out a way to get it within the system. And what normally happens is somebody presents to them some kind of crazy card that has crazy fees. You understand what I'm saying? So when this keeps moving out in the future, if we don't figure out a way to help our people get banked on their own, like to be banked, have their own bank, it's going to be really rough out here in these streets, man. Y'all see what's happening. You go in the store, you see they don't take cash or coins. There's a coin shortage. You think that's just by chance, by happenstance? Come on. They trying to move us completely to a surveillance currency, period. So they can know exactly what you're doing at all times.
We're not going to take it. Nah, for real though, this like you said, this is a sense of urgency, not a time to get scared. So anybody that's new, just stick with it and understand that these things came out before. All this environmental FUD and other news stories. This is like 2017 again. They're just rehashing old stuff. So trust me, we've seen it all, and there's a reason why we still stick with Bitcoin.
Beverly said, my question is, when Bitcoin is hosting whales, the whales have what they have and exchange it from what they have and get it back. They never pay taxes on any of that either if they park their money there. It's like an offshore. How is it different or better when it comes to actual equity? Is it circulating within communities, has less influential factors that makes it better? I'm still looking at it. Oh, so I guess I'm trying to figure out what she's saying, but I think she's saying, could y'all decipher that? I think she's saying if the whales have it and they just hold on to it, how does it help people who don't have a whole lot of money? How does it get equity? What I say is that guess what? You have just as much chance as those whales to buy Bitcoin. Ain't nobody stopping you. That's equity. You buying your equity. Every time you go buy Satoshis, you buying equity in Bitcoin. Because ain't going to ever be anything but 21 million. So when you buy your pieces of Satoshis, you're buying your equity. You're putting your little bit in there. And that's the whole thing. Nobody telling you take your rent money or your mortgage money. Nobody telling you to do any of that. What we say is dollar cost average with the money you can afford to lose. Why? Because we want to make sure that you put money in there that you're going to hold in there and you're never going to take out. Not never, but, not take out within the next 10 to 12 years. You're not going to touch it within the next 10 to 12 years. If you have that kind of money that you can sit to the side and just allow it to grow and save it, you're going to be all right. We believe that, right? And people are like, Lamar, I want to ask the whole panel this. What do you guys think to the people who are during this little small dip coming out saying we're irresponsible for telling black people to buy Bitcoin at $60,000? What do you think? What do you think about that?
They're irresponsible for not telling people about Bitcoin at all. Because if you are a so-called financial person and you haven't mentioned Bitcoin, you are invalidated in my eyes. You're not actually giving the best solution. And also, when people say that whales have it and there's too much supply, right now, on average, about 0.2 Bitcoin will put you in the top 1% of the new financial market. That's about $7,500 right now. You do not have to be rich to be the 1% of the next financial market. And when you talk about currently being in the 1%, only 1% of people in the world know about Bitcoin. So, I mean, you're setting yourself up to run or be in position to be the head of the next financial system. So it's definitely not too much money, and we should definitely take advantage. And stop thinking of it as price. Think of it as owning a share of the supply. So when the price is going down, the reason you buy the dip is because you get more Bitcoin. And if you're scared by a dip, you shouldn't be in Bitcoin at all, because this happens all the time. But again, Bitcoin's year over year compound annual growth is over 200%, the best in any investment in modern history.
Yeah, I agree with Zay. The way I explained it to him is I was like, well, look, if Bitcoin's at 650, do you really care that you bought it at 60,000 versus 30,000? Eventually the price doesn't matter whatsoever because it's a scarce asset. But that's the way I look at it is, I could definitely say, man, I'm mad I put a lot of money when it dipped only to 45,000 and I couldn't catch the big dip at 30. But once it goes all the way up, it doesn't even matter anymore.
Because here's the thing about Bitcoin. It has proven that it's up and it's up and it's up and it's stuck. Like real talk. Like for real.
We listen too much Cardi.
Too much Cardi. But that's the truth, y'all. Like the thing, because we are dealing with some rough times right now just from the standpoint of mindset. I saw a young lady in Louisville when I was talking. She was just shaking her head like, yeah, I done lost a lot. That's the whole thing, right? Some people just are hoping so much that they're going to turn around and make a whole lot of money quickly. This is not what this game is about. This is a slow motion game, period. We say it every time, right? I always say this is trees versus weeds. Bitcoin's a tree. It's not a weed. And many people got shook out when this last drop happened in their weeds that they were in. They got shook out. Look, Bitcoin dropped 20%. Everything else dropped 50, 40, 50, 60%. That's how it always works. Bitcoin goes up. The other ones come trailing behind it. Don't watch the price. I think that's the biggest sin is don't watch the price. You continue to watch the price, you're going to mess around and get emotional about it. Start selling. Think about it as you're accumulating it. Think about just accumulating on a consistent basis and getting more equity, like the young lady was talking about earlier, what she asked a question about earlier. Take your beer budget, stop smoking, whatever you're doing that you know you want to quit that's costing you $6, $7, $8 a day. Take that money and buy Bitcoin every day instead of buying a coffee. We've been saying this from the very beginning.
That's one of the things that kind of helped me out. Like when I got started was that I was looking for what can I remove from my daily purchases so that I can start buying more Bitcoin. And I became a smarter spender. I started sticking to my budget and I started becoming more mindful of things I was buying. And then I realized I was buying so much stuff that I did not need. And it made me more fiscally responsible.
Right. I think the cat got out of Mod's tongues this morning. Is everybody still here? Everybody take your mic off 1 second. Let me make sure everybody's still on stage.
Still around.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
going to
we're here,
add
we're
something
here.
to that. Someone was asking this morning about how we move into position or what we say our goal is for Bitcoin. And I don't really have a goal. It's just to accumulate more because if there are only 21 million, I want as many of those as I can. So I think it was Corey that was saying take $5 out. And that's essentially the same thing that I think to do in the mornings. Every morning I'm getting $10 because I'm doing the discussion in the morning. Y'all know that. And I do a walkthrough with Cash App. But I also say to myself, okay, how much is my lunch going to be? If my lunch is going to be $15 today and I could buy another option that's just $10 and put an additional $5 in, then that works for me. So it's like, I just try to get more and more. It doesn't matter what the price is. I bought in at $150. I bought in at $6,000, $10,000, $62,000. I still bought in. I thought it was a great value then. And I still think it's a great value today at $37,000. So I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but that's certainly how I feel about it.
I definitely feel that way. I mean, like I say, Bitcoin's infinity to me. I'm gonna buy it at $1 million. We're gonna buy it whatever. So there really is no problem with buying it now.
Yeah, and I would say if you need a way to think about it, I mean the way I think about it, 1 million. I'm sorry. 1 Satoshi equals $1. So the 1 million Satoshis we're giving away is essentially giving you $1 million for the future. And if you PTR, if you look at my actual picture, you can see the chart of how the price of Satoshis has dropped over time. It used to be 10,000, or I'm sorry, it used to be 100,000 Satoshis, 50,000, 20,000, 10,000, 5,000 Satoshis for a dollar. Now it's down to about 2,700 or something like that, or 3,700 for a Satoshi. It's going to continue to drop. So when you talk about $1 equal one Satoshi, a million Satoshis, I think, will get you to that status in the future. And that's why, we had that campaign. And a million Satoshis right now is only $380. So, I mean, again, you have to stop thinking about money the way you currently do and think about in the future. This is what it's going to be. So yeah, stack as much as you can. Get on Fold and Lolly and stack right now while you're listening. Download the apps and get it free. They give you free Satoshis. You don't even have to pay for anything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys can hear me. My son is 7. He spins the wheel every day and stacks sats. I mean, it's just that simple. And I know we had a long conversation about like, what should your financial goal be with regards to Bitcoin? Some people think of it as buying as much as possible. Other people just say, hey, they have Satoshi goals, right? So if your first goal could be to be a Satoshi millionaire. Then you want to be a Satoshi trillionaire. Like if you need like milestones, if you need to set up individual milestones for yourself, do that. Because when you set those individual incremental milestones, that is a greater possibility for you to make them. And you can celebrate by buying more Bitcoin. But you definitely want to put yourself on a path. I think there was a point made in our session earlier is that if you can pay off $50,000 of debt or $100,000 of debt or pay down your mortgage, you can pay up to get a Bitcoin, right? You just need to put yourself on a plan, automatic debits, automatic payments from your account. And you'd be surprised if you set it up and, you're going to get the power of compound interest. You're going to get the power of the increases in the price, and you need to set it and forget it and just know that you're investing in your long-term generational wealth, and you have to stay away from it. So when the account jumps up and you're up, you do not raid the piggy bank. You have to have diamond hands and walk away and realize that this is a long-term view. You're not going to buy some shoes. You're not going to buy a bag. You are investing in the long-term generational wealth of your children and your children's children. And that should be the mindset that you adopt when you're investing in Bitcoin.
Exactly. Yes, good morning again, everyone. This is Granny. Those of you who are working and you have a pension on your job, and they take out X number of dollars every day to apply to your retirement account. This is no different, except you decide how much you're going to save each payday or once a month, and you set up an automatic withdrawal from your account. So you set it and forget it the same way you do your pension on your job. When your pension goes up on your job, do you go and make a withdrawal? No. So if you see your Bitcoin account goes up, don't go and make a withdrawal. It is about long-term gaining. And that is the only way you're going to build generational wealth, is to stack those Satoshis and do not touch them no matter what. I mean, find another way. If you're in a financial bind, don't first think, oh, I have some Satoshis, let me go sell some of them. Absolutely not. That should be the last thing on your mind. And I know, because I'm retired and I had to get used to saving in my pension. And am I glad I did? Not to brag, but I get a pension from my job. I get Social Security. And I have a personal pension account I set up way back when. So you've got a plan for the future. I mean, when COVID hit, it didn't affect my way of life at all. My money came in every month on a regular basis. So you have to think long term and stop thinking immediate. Because if you do not plan for your future, you will be caught with your pants down and nowhere to go. I'm Granny Crypto, and I'm finished speaking.
Granny, always. Listen, you guys. So this is great. People are loving this. I'm telling you right now. So here's the thing. What do you tell somebody, though, that did get emotional, right? What do you tell somebody who is somebody said, that's awesome, Granny. What do you tell somebody who did get emotional, who wanted to sell immediately, who didn't want to hold on? Like, what do you tell them? Like, how do you get people to change their mindset from having a high time preference into a low one? What do you guys think about that? Like, how do you talk somebody off of that ledge?
I remind them on why they purchased it in the first place. I remind them, say, hey, remember when you purchased this, you was buying a very rare commodity, right? It's still a very rare commodity. You can just get more of that very rare commodity now, and it's still rare.
I was told that if you're worried about the price fluctuations, that you put too much skin in the game. You're not supposed to put anything you can afford to lose. You should be in a position where, if, let's just say, like Bitcoin would go away, which it won't. But you think of it like it doesn't. In my mind, my Bitcoin I have, it doesn't really exist because I can survive if it wasn't there. So everyone should be in a position that if you did not have access to your Bitcoin ever, that you still can survive financially because you didn't put anything in that you can afford to lose.
And I would add also, get a part-time job. That's what I did. Back when I was working, I was in a bind. So rather than hit my pension, I took on a part-time job in retail. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't have to, but I liked where I worked. And I worked 7 days a week for 18 months. But the thing is, I was able to choose the days and hours that I wanted to work. So I was not working 8 hours every day. I would work maybe 4 hours on Saturday and Sunday, and I would pick my hours, come in at 4, leave at 1, that kind of thing. And I loved where I worked. I loved the people I worked with. I worked 18 months, 7 days a week. So what I'm saying is, you're talking to a woman or you're listening to a woman who is 73 years old. I started working when I was 6 years old, picking cotton and picking peaches in North Carolina. I picked cotton for 3 cents a pound. I picked peaches for 10 cents a bushel. So as they say, I've come up on the rough side of the mountain. And now I sit home and my income is more than it was when I was working all those jobs. How about that? Because why? I decided to save and plan for the long term. I'm Granny, and I'm finished speaking.
That's deep right there.
Man.
I had to add something, Lamar. What I was talking about, I lost all my Bitcoin, so I showed you that my philosophy worked. I can still survive and be happy without it.
But one thing you could also do, you could tug on their heartstrings because, people love like a sad story. You could tell them, you say, hey, think of all the unfortunate bankers and politicians in America that can't buy Bitcoin because they pledge allegiance to fiat. Think about them. And you have an opportunity.
Man, all the writers, the ones that get me are the writers. Anybody who writes about Bitcoin is not allowed to buy it.
Isn't that something? That's crazy.
What?
And they
That's
understand it. Yeah, it's a conflict of interest. In most cases, if you work for a bank, a lot of times you can't hold it as well.
Can't do it.
Yeah, I've heard that. And then the same bank turns around and then opens a crypto trading desk.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
And who was it? Mass Mutual. I had a friend that worked at Mass Mutual that told them they couldn't buy Bitcoin, and then they turned around about $100 million worth of Bitcoin.
Listen, I have a friend that works at JP. They signed a contract. Can't hold it.
Yeah.
Can't even utter the words for their clients.
Dirty Mackin.
JD said, let them experience the market cycle firsthand, then meet them again when it's time to re-enter. Sometimes you need to experience the cycle from the sidelines before you realize what needs to be done. Yeah, we call that paying tuition. Like, you got to just be in the game. And once you get in the game, you start to understand. Your hands get hardened by these types of situations. Whenever you start getting down on it, like, oh, I lost this much, man. Because here's the thing: the euphoria you feel when you have paper gains, If the more euphoria you feel about having paper gains, like, oh my gosh, look at that, man, it went up 3 times. That's how hard you're gonna feel when the price comes down, because you're too emotionally attached to it and not understanding it for the long run. Right? It's like I said, it's like a tree. Like you sitting out there, you're looking at the tree grow, and when you see that first fruit come, you get hype, and you go ahead and just cut the tree down. Like, I got 1 fruit, you're not gonna get more. Like, that's the thing. You're not gonna pull the tree up and be like, oh, I got 1 fruit. Yeah. No, you have to be patient. Even if you don't see fruit. You understand what I'm saying? But the tree's healthy. You got to give it time sometimes. Sometimes the bark's going to look like it's rotting a little bit, and you got to be like, okay, well, I need to take care of that, right? That's the thing, y'all. Like, patience is so big in wealth building. Because if you are too emotionally attached to what it is, you're going to buy and you're going to sell at times that are not comfortable for you and making your family comfortable. Discipline, where's my man Jakumi at? Discipline is what's going to help you get through everything. Jakumi talks about discipline all the time. Talk about it, Jakumi, man.
Yeah, man, discipline is the key, right? When I go in the market, I'm after 5%. 5%, that's it. 5% a day keeps the job away.
And that takes discipline. But most of us don't have it because we literally get too excited with our eyes. We see something with our eyes and we get extremely excited, and we see something with our eyes and we get extremely depressed. And really the truth is somewhere in the middle. And that middle is how you continue to accumulate, understanding Bitcoin for what it is as being an asset that we can actually own and control. And like we said, we can build our own peer-to-peer networks. That stuff's not hard at all, man. This stuff, think about it. This stuff was being built back in the day. The local Bitcoins and all of this kind of stuff, that stuff was being built back in the day. And me and Zay was probably using it, going to all of these different places. And we ain't even advanced as we are now. We way more advanced. We can build far better systems right now that make it truly peer-to-peer, where everyone can run a node and get messages in that node and say, hey, man, I'm looking for this at this point. Now you can send back ratings to everybody who, you know what I'm saying? Like in a peer-to-peer fashion. Miss Naja, what's happening?
Oh, Naja, what's going on with you?
Here in St. Louis at the treasurer's office, meeting with the mayor. This is incredible. People are really receptive to what they can do to change the trajectory of their community. So that's what we're doing this morning here in St. Louis.
Yeah, Miss Naja was in Louisville yesterday. I think she brought summer with her when she came to Kentucky because it was the hottest day that I've had all year. And that's just all the sunshine she brings anyway. That's all it is. Miss Naja brings sunshine wherever she go. So shout out to Miss Naja for holding it down out there on that beautiful tour trail. And it was beautiful meeting her in person, her husband, the kids, everybody. Like the tour manager, her mama. Man, everybody with Ron, everybody, man. Shout out to them. Black Regal, I seen him again. Ready. Man, we had a great time in Louisville. And it was just, it's family, y'all. Wait, when we get to Miami, y'all gonna see. I think all of us will just feel like family. It's gonna feel like a family reunion. For real. But yeah, Miss Naja, how you doing out there? Maybe you can't even talk. She probably could talk for a second. I'm sorry about that, y'all.
You get her because you've been bringing that.
No, we just came out of their office. So yes, repeat your question.
No, I said, how you doing out there? Like,
we're doing awesome, and thank you to you and your fabulous wife and Reddy Black Regal for all that you all did yesterday. The event was awesome there in Louisville, and just so looking forward to meeting everybody else as we continue. As I said, we just pulled up in St. Louis, and this is a beautiful city, and it is so great to see the city treasurer, y'all. He don't even look to be 30 years old, and the mayor here is a black woman as well. It's just awesome. So I'm just excited. This is invigorating. This life is awesome.
Yeah, and I forgot CJ too, man. CJ the smart guy, man. First time I met him in person, man, that was dope. That was really, really dope, man. Just, I don't know, man. It's just something about when you have people who have a common interest. We don't have to know each other for real. We can talk on this internet and everybody knows, right? We don't have to know each other, but we know each other. You feel me? we all know where we all headed, man, and I appreciate that. So yeah, Miss Naj, you keep doing what you're doing, sister. And where we at in the show? We about at the question and answer, but Miss Naj, I ain't gonna, cause I know you walking and moving around. I'm not gonna put you on that. But Mods, can we start bringing some people on stage so we can get into the question and answer part of this show?
Let's do it. And also you can PTR and check out my profile picture.
Yeah, this is the second half of the Genesis block. I am your boy Big Mom, man. Shout out to Facebook. If y'all have questions, make sure you answer them. Make sure you ask them in the comment section on YouTube, on Facebook, everywhere we are. Make sure you share it, like, do what you do. You know how it goes. And thank you very much, man, for pushing this show to where it is. This has been the flagship show. Shout out to keys.casa for picking up the sponsorship from Exodus. Shout out to y'all for sponsoring it for so long. So thank y'all. Appreciate it. So yeah, man, let's get these people on stage and start getting some of these questions answered. So let's see who we got first. Marlissa.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very new at Bitcoin. Actually, I don't even own Bitcoin. I just started listening in on some of your I actually joined the group. And I have been trying to figure out how to go about this whole process. But one thing that I did have a question about is, I thought I had read something that can you like roll over something like from a IRA or a 401k into to buy Bitcoin without it being like taxed? Did I read something like that?
Yes, you can. You would have to both work with the current 401k broker that you have, and then you have to roll into a Bitcoin IRA. There's ones that are specific to it. I have not personally used them yet, but I know like Bitcoin IRA as well as BitTrust. Those are two different IRAs that do Bitcoin. But the answer to your question is yes, you can roll it over and avoid paying taxes, but you might have to do your research in terms of which companies to use.
Okay. Does Natasha, because I had looked into some of her stuff, does she do stuff like that or no?
Who, Miss Naja?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not a financial advisor anymore in the traditional space. But we can show you, or my husband can, because he's still licensed. He can show you anything that has to do with the Bitcoin IRAs and stuff like that. But we just make sure that you know what you need to be doing and what you need to be looking for, and then talking with the tax professional about what that looks like. But yes, all those things are possible. They're available. But I just always now caution people that a lot of those things were not set up or designed for us to win. And so as we look into being in those spaces, just really understanding how they work is most important so that you can make a better decision, because now you have more options than you had before.
Okay. And can you give me those vehicles that you mentioned about the I don't know who it was, the guy that said the different types or the names of the ones that he knew of.
Yeah, so I know you have Bitcoin IRA and BitTrust, but I have not used either one from personal knowledge. So make sure you do your research on them.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm just kind of, thinking of some things. I'm not going to make any type of moves or anything. I'm just trying to get educated.
Well, listen, I want to do you one more than that. You got to cash out.
Yes, I do.
Well, you can you give me your cash tag real quick?
It's $.
Okay.
Big Mama 1442. My grandkids.
Okay. I got you. I see you in here. So I'm about to shoot you some satoshis. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So make sure you got to accept it. So in your wallet, make sure you go to the last icon on the icon menu at the bottom. It's the activity page, and accept it.
Okay. Well, I don't even think I'm even set up. I don't have what is it? The KY everything.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. I can send it to you. It just won't let you send them out of there yet until you do all the
Oh, okay.
KYC stuff. But I can definitely
Okay.
give you some. I just sent them, so you just got
Okay. I
you just
just
got to
seen it.
accept
God
them.
bless you. Thank you so
And
much.
some young man on YouTube said, "Google me, Big Mama." Awful shame, boy. I tell you what. So yes,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much.
I just sent you your first Bitcoin, and that's on behalf of the Black Bitcoin billionaires. I always remember that, sister.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. God bless you.
You are very welcome. Let's see who's next. Who's next? Who's next?
Miss Regina, Diane, how you
Hey,
doing?
what's up, everybody? Hey, I'm Regina. Nice to meet you all. And first thing, I just want to give mad love and gratitude. I have been following Black Bitcoin billionaires for probably almost 6 months now. I've never stepped on stage, never raised my hand, but just know that I have divulged all the information, everything you guys lay down. I've been sharing it with my community. So I just have so much love for the information and how you serve our community. And so I just want to let you know how much I have really appreciated, how much I have been in the background, just listening, really just trying to see how I can get in and serve and what I can offer. And so today, listening to the conversation, I just wanted to just maybe give a little bit of a give and a strategy. So what I do is I'm a grow wealth strategist. And even before Clubhouse, I'd never met as many people that look like me that really know the game of how to truly build wealth and with the mindset. And so, if it's okay, I just love to offer a strategy that I share with my clients and my students. So, is that okay?
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead, go ahead. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so yeah, so I we talk we you teach a lot about the dollar cost averaging, which is a great strategy. But what I like for us to think about is to take an eagle view to wealth building, right? So you can find this in many books. Many will tell you, hey, and the wealthy manage their wealth, their portfolio off of percentages. So we take that and we look at okay, living off of 70% of our income, right? So that leaves about 30%. What do you do with that other 30%? And these percentages can change based off of where you are, okay? This is just a starting point, potentially. So if you are living off of 70%, that other 30% can be your dollar cost average. It can be, if some of you are tithing, then that means that's 10% to tithing, 20% can go to wealth building. So under the scope of wealth building, what is there? So you have your entire portfolio. Bitcoin is something that I would classify as something that's speculative. And when you're looking at an entire portfolio, the number one thing you want to do is replace your salary, right? So those are things like cash flow, right? So what are investments that can cash flow? So if you can't earn money, this is money coming in without you having to lift a finger, right? Things that are paying you on a monthly, quarterly, or at most an annual basis, right? And so if I say with my clients, hey, something speculative, that's 10% of your overall portfolio. So 10% is what you can put in Bitcoin, or in some cases when you have people who are a little bit more well off or the ultra wealthy, they're doing like 30 to 40% of their portfolio. So why am I sharing this? Because even though we're talking about Bitcoin is the store of value and we're creating a legacy in the future, but at the same time, we want to have life and we want to enjoy life now. So how can you strategically stack your sats and still enjoy life in a more harmonized way? And it's by living off of quote unquote 70% of your income, right? All of your living expenses there. You can use that 30% to do whatever your cash flow or your speculative type of investments. That way you don't feel like you're missing out on anything. So I just wanted to share that perspective and that implemental strategy so that can take you maybe a little bit beyond the dollar cost average. So hopefully that was valuable to someone. My name is Regina Diane and I'm done speaking.
Yeah, that was very valuable.
for sure.
Matter of fact,
Go.
I've taken that approach after reading this book called Profit First, because I didn't know nothing about like budgeting or anything like that. And so once I just started reading books on it, and he dividing up your money.
Justin, your connection is kind of.
Yeah, we losing you, brother.
Yeah, but that book is a really good book and it really helps business owners. So, like you and your business are two different entities, or you should be. And right, revenue in your business does not equate to wealth, right? That gives you income and you take your profits, you pay yourself. So, yeah, Profits First is a really good book for any entrepreneurs. And it really does, teach you how to pay yourself and how to reserve those profits. So, great, great book. I second that.
Agree. And so if you pay yourself, especially in this Bitcoin space, if you pay yourself under $50,000 a year, if you're single, your long-term capital gains tax is actually zero. So that's one strategy that a lot of people use is they say, okay, well, I have a S corporation. I pay myself a salary underneath 50,000, which is typically a reasonable salary. And then my long-term capital gains tax is zero. And that's a way to legally avoid paying a lot of taxes.
Also, don't forget, if you're single, you also have a 30% dating tax, which kind of disappears during your.
Hey, yeah, you wild.
The single folk, huh? They got a little extra tax. I got you, bro. But all that does is turn into the kid tax. When you do find the one you're gonna be with, the dating tax turn into the kid tax, and I think that might be more expensive if you got big kids.
Put them on the payroll, $12,000 each, and you can legally avoid paying taxes as well on that first $12,000.
I'm gonna name my first kid Satoshi.
I'm gonna hold you to that too.
That's what's up.
Miss Regina, thank you very much for that though. Real talk, because
Yeah, Mr. Regina, that was great.
Yeah, because people are always trying to figure out a way to get more Satoshis, but the first step to that is, again, being disciplined, having a plan, understanding where you're spending extra money. Yeah, that's really dope, Miss Regina. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
She was succinct too, and I appreciate that. She gave a lot of information in a short period of time.
Yes, it looks like next up is Brad Mills. I'm looking on Clubhouse, YouTube too. Somebody said, is that CJ the tax guy? You know JD, CJ?
Possibly, probably. JD.
JD. He's a baseball scout, man. He might have scouted you before.
Oh yeah, I know JD. Tell him I said what's up.
Yeah, he said, what's happening? Let's see. Somebody said that single tax is a mother. That's what somebody said on YouTube. On Facebook. Says the guy who just brought up the $50K salary, is he a tax preparer? I would love to contact him. I think that's the only question I'm seeing right now in these current group of questions. Yes, he is a tax guy, and yes, he is really good. He had 1 billion clients. So she said, how do I contact him? He's at CJ the Smart Guy everywhere. At CJ the Smart Guy. Very simple moniker, if that's the right word. So, yeah, I think we had Brad. What's up, Brad? What question you got, bro, for the Black Bitcoin Billionaires?
Hey, man, I had an idea I was wanting to pitch you.
All right.
So, I think it would be really fun if we did like a Dragon's Den style show, for like a Clubhouse Dragon's Den show where like a bunch of investors kind of got people to pitch them on their business ideas for like Bitcoin and Lightning Network startups.
Brad,
you think that would be something you'd like to do?
Let me tell you something, Brad. I ain't even announced it yet because we just inked the deal on Friday, but a large exchange has partnered with us to do this, and we're looking for other investors if they want to get down.
Oh, amazing. I was like, I really want to do this, but I don't want to organize it. I want to invest. I'd love to do it, but I don't want to be part of like, bringing guests on and stuff like that. Well, there's me and Jason Williams is interested in doing that too, and so is, I forget who else. It was like Jay Gould or one of those guys.
That's
so
what's
I mean,
up, man.
if you want some more, what are you gonna call them? You can't call them dragons. You're gonna call them like Citadel.
I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna call it. We were just gonna call it demo days. That's all we were gonna do is call them demo days, and basically just giving people an opportunity to pitch in front of some investors and the Black Bitcoin Billionaires and the company. I'm not gonna announce it yet until we actually publicly announce it, but and the other company that is actually sponsoring that part of it. We'll be doing that. Try to do that at least once every 2 months, or we might do it once a quarter. But yeah, we just want to make it impactful so people can get out here and start building these types of businesses, man. Real talk.
Nice. I'd love to be part of it.
All right, everybody heard that here. That's Brad Mills. So when I go to get him involved, man. Yeah, Brad, good peoples, man. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate that, brother.
Can I have a second question?
Yeah, of course.
All right, so this was another idea I had. I was thinking we should, because I've been running a Lightning node with a friend. I got my friend to run it for me because he's better at that stuff. And I put in like 0.8 Bitcoin into the node, and I just tasked him with like giving liquidity to whoever needs it. And I think it would be cool to start like a Lightning Network channel faucet where we could connect what's going on here with people in America and Canada with all the activity that's going on overseas in like Africa and India. Are you guys aware of any communities overseas that are developing like Lightning Network groups or meetups or whatever?
I'll let Justin. So was this last show, or was it just during the week we were talking about this? It was when D came on.
I think it was just during the week. Yeah.
Yeah, so
it was last week. Yeah,
it was last week. So Brad, we just said Black Bitcoin Billionaire. We're about to create a small little network. You know how D++ and all of them are creating the pleb net. We're gonna create a Black Bitcoin Billionaire net that, of course, connects to everybody else, but to teach people how to put the nodes up and everything like that. So, and then the whole faucet situation. What's my man's name? D Willie. I can't ever say it's D Willie.
Ed Willie.
Ed Willie.
It's Ed Willie.
Yeah, Ed Willie. He had a faucet for the Black Bitcoin Billionaires. So yeah, man, you got to start coming to the Genesis block more, Brad.
Ed is on stage. I just brought him up.
Oh, what's up, Ed? Yo, what's up, Ed?
Hey. Yeah, my faucet is running now. It's off a link tree in my bio. So if anybody wants to try it out, Lamar, one of the things that we were talking about with Lightning as well is I've got this faucet running. I've got a paywall. I use a Lightning wallet all the time, and I'm not running a Lightning node just because it's a hassle. So people need to know that they can interact all they want with Lightning and don't have to run a node.
Right. And you know it's so funny? That's why I called you D Willie, because I know your first name was Dan. So
yeah.
Sorry about that. So yeah, Ed Willie on here on Clubhouse. But yeah, so Brad, yeah, man, come through, man. We trying to do all of this stuff. Right now, to be honest, our entire attentions right now are towards Miami. As a group, I think that's our biggest thing. Everybody's just trying to get with each other and get real hugs. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, we'll be starting this real soon, Brad. So I'll definitely keep you in the loop, brother.
Yeah, man, I'd love to do whatever I can. I'm excited about what's going on with Paxful and Ray Youssef. 5-6 million customers in India and Africa and some in the United States as well. And they're integrating Lightning Network. So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be touching Lightning Network overseas. And it would be great if we had kind of an organized effort to just altruistically just push some liquidity to whoever needs it to get on board the Lightning Network.
Right. Yeah, man, good question, Brad. Good stuff. I'm gonna go back over here to YouTube, actually. Los Hoyos Car, I think it's how you say it. Los Hoyos Car said, "What's up with the mansion in Miami?" So the whole thing is that it's more than just the mansion. We're gonna try to have some events in Miami. So right now, here's the tentative schedule, and I'm putting this out there. Miss Charlene, stop me if I mess up, okay? I didn't hear her. So
I know I'm here.
She's probably gonna shoot me if I mess up. So, so on Friday, so everybody gets in, of course, on different days. But on Friday, that's gonna be kind of like the Black Bitcoin Billionaire at the conference, because Zay and myself have to participate in the conference on that day. So on Friday, Zay will be participating in the shootout. I might participate if my knees are good. If my knees ain't good, I ain't participating. But Zay will be participating in the 3-point shootout that'll be sponsored by Black Bitcoin Billionaires and Cash App. We're working with Cash App to sponsor that. It's going to be pretty cool. It's I think you put in $100 and you can win $3,000 worth of Satoshis, I think. And then after that, Zay and myself are doing a panel on who is a Bitcoiner with another group of very prestigious folk. And then we'll just be at the conference. We actually have a media booth at the conference by way of my man Ian Gaines. He's running the media booth. You can stop by. He's doing interviews. He's trying to put them up live on YouTube, which would be really cool. And then we also have Miss Naja. She's gonna have her crypto kids camp, and her whole conglomerate there as well in a booth, I believe. So Black Wall Street app will be represented. Of course, Black Bitcoin Billionaire, that'll be in the conference. For those of you who are not going to the conference on Friday, it's probably not a huge day, for you guys as far as Black Bitcoin Billionaires. But Saturday is the day that this is what we're proposing. This is tentative, so don't hold us to it. We're trying to make sure we get everything knocked out. But we're trying to have a brunch at a very nice Miami restaurant, black-owned restaurant. We're trying to have brunch there, probably 10, 11 o'clock, and then go over and watch the basketball classic. I believe the championships are on that Saturday. Try to go watch some of that, and then go and what was the next thing? See, I'm gonna get killed because I'm messing it up. And then after that, those people who RSVP will get the RSVP up. We were supposed to get them up last week, but we had to solidify some stuff. Thank the Lord for allowing me to finally get a house that they didn't keep reneging on me, that they didn't keep backing out after I put the money down. It's so messed up. So now we have a house, so we'll be able to do the RSVPs. Those will be coming up on the Black Bitcoin Billionaire site. Right now, we think that the RSVPs, the tickets are basically going to cost about $100, maybe $125, depending on if we get with Quavo on this yacht. But yeah, we looking at about $100 a ticket, and that'll get you into the house as well. Allow you to at least come through and hang out at the house. We're going to be doing some interviews there, do a couple shows there, maybe Who Wants to Be a Satoshi Millionaire. And then on Sunday, it's community give back. So on Sunday, we're going to be at a place called the Roots Collective that's in Little Haiti. And we're going to go out and do what Miss Naja has been doing on tour. And she's doing, I think hers is on Saturday. That's what it is. It's after the basketball classic. We're going to go over to Miss Naja's. That's what it was. Miss Naja's doing an event in Miami. And then on Sunday, we're going to be doing something similar at the Roots Collective. Try to get some folks out, anybody that wants to come through there. And the goal there is to give out up to about $10,000 worth of Satoshis to people that participate and come through. So we'll see what we can do. And outside of that, man, that's our Miami so far. So hopefully everybody likes what we're doing. Hopefully we'll get down there and have a good time, and all of us get to just be together, kind of like a family reunion. So, oh, there goes Seth. Seth. Yeah.
I hate to bring up the alcohol, but we're having a wine, women, and crypto.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Wines. We got Dwayne Wade wines, and we also have Snoop Dogg wines. So it's on. We will definitely be showing and promoting and taste testing for those two companies. So I'm excited about that as well. We haven't even announced that to everybody, but Wine, Women, and Crypto will be live, and you can also get it virtually wherever you are.
Seth. My man Seth's up here. Seth.
Big Mar, what's going on, brother?
Seth is the creator and the founder of the Bitcoin Classic, which is a basketball tournament that pays out in Bitcoin. Is the championship game on Saturday, Seth?
The championship is gonna be on Sunday at like 12:30. Yeah.
Okay, because we're having an event in the morning at the Roots Collective, but there will be games on that Saturday that we can add into what we're doing, right?
For sure. The game Saturday, it'll be 6 games on Saturday from like 12 to 8.
Yeah, that's what
overseas talent. It's some real talent in this tournament. So, if people want to show up and support, appreciate it.
Yeah, and then the shootout is on Friday, right? The shootout at the actual conference is Friday, correct?
Yes, sir. It's the shootout, 3-point shootout, and the dunk contest. And I'm bringing the Bengay and the Tiger Bomb for your knees, so you got to do it.
Hey, man, I'm trying to tell you, if they feeling good, man, I definitely will enter. If you see me coming in there walking silly, if it rains the day before, you might as well hang it up, bro. No, but yeah, man, it's good stuff, man. And thank you, Seth, for putting this thing on and working with us at the Black Bitcoin Billionaire. I'm trying to have some special money balls that I'm creating, so we're working on that this
Yes,
week.
sir.
So yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it's real
Let's
dope.
add that in. I got a banner for you guys as well too. So we all collaborating, which is I'm all about that. So I appreciate the support from you and Zay and everybody else too.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. So
Yeah.
that's your hopefully that answer your question, my man, on YouTube. Here's what he said though. My man said somebody else hit up. Cornelius said, "No twerking on the tables. Respect them people's furniture. Don't be twerking on the tables." Who said that?
That's for Bitcoin After Dark. Hey, Lamar, one more thing. We are trying to get some dinner plans and some, there's some folks that have volunteered to make some food. So we're still settling those details, but those are also in the works as well.
Miss Charlene. Yeah. Them dinner plans are different, remember?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got a whole audience listening. We can't have them coming to
this. I've been telling secrets. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Forget I said it. Forget it.
It's too late. It's recorded. No, but it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, thank y'all for everything, man. And somebody said, what day is Wine Women in Crypto? It's Friday, correct, Miss Naja? Is Miss Naja still here?
No, she stepped out.
Yeah, I believe it's Friday. Wine Women in Crypto at the Lyric Theater.
Yeah, it's Friday.
Yeah, they have that event, and the council folks. So you see Miss Naja every place she goes, she is talking to government. Everywhere she goes, she's trying to convince these government folk to lay off us a little bit. So I appreciate what Miss Naja is doing. She's using the tool to get to our people and to them people. You feel what I'm saying? So,
Hey, Lamar,
hold on, Mayor. What'd you say?
No, I was saying. Well, first of all, good morning, good afternoon, to everybody. I was gonna inquire to see what you thought about a yacht on Sunday. Talking to a few other groups about doing some yacht rentals because Sunday is like the day that nothing's going on for the conference. Not sure if you guys already had a full schedule built out for Sunday, but I wanted to gauge your interest on that.
Yeah, we just got the morning for me because it's wheels up for me. I'm headed to the Virgin Islands on Sunday. Like right after the conference.
Hard life, bro. Hard life.
You silly, man. So yeah. So
but we do.
Yeah, go ahead, Miss Charlene.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are some plans in place. We're settling in for some yacht/boat festivities. But we should connect just in case.
Okay, yeah, because I have someone with the yachts and with the other Bitcoin groups as well. I'm just pretty much just trying to get everybody together because if you guys remember, that's the same weekend as the Floyd Mayweather fight. So sooner than later, you'd want to reserve those.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and we were thinking about that, potentially adding a catamaran. That's what I was saying. It's about Quavo and what we're going to do. I know he's getting a yacht, so we'll see. Is Quavo still here, or did he dip on us?
I think he left. I was surprised. He might have popped out.
Yeah, somebody on who is this? It's Facebook. It's Corey. He said, "What about Gentlemen of Crypto do a gentleman and cigar evening since the women got And I just put that in parentheses because he didn't say that. But since the women got their Wine Women in Crypto,
you could hit up Dante as well for that.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
That's a good idea, though.
I think Dante's even dropping his own line of cigars. Oh, do you know the name? You know the name of his cigar line?
No, what is it?
The Private Key.
That's dope.
That's dope.
So fire. So fire.
So look, man. So yeah, we're gonna continue on with the show. What time is it? Yeah, we good. We're gonna continue on with the show. So Renee, what's going on? You next on stage. What's happening?
Yo. Good morning, everybody. I hope y'all can hear me. How does it sound? Is it all right? Because I'm sitting in the car right now. It's raining.
Oh yeah, it's all good, Renee.
Awesome. Well, first and foremost, man, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate every single one of y'all for dropping the value that y'all have been dropping, man. I've been on the call for about 30 minutes, man, just tuning in and just soaking everything up, man. It's really amazing just to hear all the different perspectives and experience from every single person. So thank y'all for that. It's 11:34 here in Houston, Texas. So good morning, or good afternoon, wherever y'all are at. And so as far as the Miami thing, I'm actually going to be in Miami this weekend for another conference. I'm this is my first time joining this group, and I just overheard, but like I just like to connect with like-minded individuals. Is that open, or I know you said they're $100? You know, that's not gonna be a problem. But is there like a link, or is there a what is it called, a
Yeah,
like just
RSVP. Yeah. Just go to blackbitcoinbillionaire.com right now. Blackbitcoinbillionaire.com and just sign up and join. And all the information comes directly to your inbox once you join. So you join with your email, then you got to come back and it makes you verify your email. And then after that, then we can have you. So whenever we put out this information, you'll have it right in your inbox. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, okay, awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you for that. But also too, I wanted to add something, to something y'all was speaking about earlier, because I know a lot of times when people, y'all talking about the dip and how prices, everything shot down. And one of the strategies that's been working for me, because I really got into crypto, I want to say, mid 2018. So I started getting into it when it was around 3 to 4 thousand. And the thing is I've already, it's been a couple of years, and the thing is, these markets, they go through seasons. One of the things is, actually one of the strategies that really works for me is to honestly buy the fear and sell the greed. It's whenever you see, and another thing is to observe the masses and do the opposite. Like typically, whenever I start to see things on social media or major news platforms and things like that, is when I'm actually gonna secure profit. And then whenever usually everything's being like sold off, I just see that as being as a discount price, like a Black Friday. So that's something that's been working for me. And also too, like I want to ask, do y'all is this just Bitcoin? Like I know obviously y'all, it's Black Bitcoin billionaires, but another thing too, like for Ethereum and for also too XRP right now, man, there's a lot of things that are sitting.
Womp, womp, womp.
Okay, listen. Listen, this is the Genesis block, and we do not talk about coins that are being investigated by the SEC. So we try to talk about Bitcoin. All those other coins right now are definitely baby coins. If you want to learn more about that, make sure you come to the clubhouse, Black Bitcoin Billionaire Clubhouse. You can even follow me if you want to, because I do these types of rooms all the time where I talk about all of these other coins, because I think a lot of people are putting money into things and they have no clue. So somebody said, did he fall out? What happened? No, I think he kind of I don't know what happened to him. Anyway,
He moved into progression.
he moved into purgatory. Something. I don't know. So yeah, just letting you guys know, like, we don't talk about those coins, especially not on the Genesis block. So Obino, what's going on, man? How you doing? Obino, what's happening? Obino. Hello.
Hi, I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. I have been listening to this house for a while right now, and what you guys are doing are very, very phenomenal. You're doing great, helping to uplift the people, especially those with the like minds. I am grateful to be a part of this group, and I will continue to follow you guys.
Oh, okay. Did you have a question, sir?
I was gonna say something earlier, but I got distracted. I'm at work actually. I got distracted by my clients.
Oh, okay. No worries, man. We'll check you on the next side, okay?
All right.
Somebody on Facebook, Daniel Birkensteiner, said, did the Sandman come on stage? The Sandman came on stage, so I think that's what we'll start calling it. It's the Sandman came and moved my man Renee down to the audience. What's going on, Carmelo? How you doing, man? You next.
I'm good, sir. How are you today?
Doing well.
I'm just laughing at unfortunately what happened to Renee. I don't have a question today. I just wanted to show some love since I'm not getting at you, Lamar, heavy in the YouTube comments today. Just hoping everybody had a good last week in this crypto space. I hope everybody knew to avoid the wrong FUD, pay attention to the right stuff, and shout out to Black Billionaire Black Bitcoin Billionaires as a record label, a staff, and a crew. Nothing but love, Carmelo, and I'm done speaking.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much,
Yes, sir.
Carmelo. Yeah, Carmelo he's one of our YouTube listeners that has come on to Clubhouse now, so it's really cool, man, to see him outside of the comments. So it's dope. What's going on, Jamil? You next. What's going on? Hello, Jamil. Hello, Jamil. Well, I'll skip Jamil. We'll go to Aqua. Aqua, what's going on?
Nice try, Lamar. It's Acqui. Hey, good morning.
Acqui. Okay, I got you.
Acqui. Yeah, thanks for bringing me up. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all the knowledge being shared. It's such a valuable space, always. Having a little bit of difficulty with my ledger. I wanted to create separate, I guess, accounts for my children. And I noticed, I tried to go back just now and look, but before when I had looked in there, it said transaction fee or something. And someone had suggested that I lower those before I transfer within accounts. But I guess my first question is how to I've created separate accounts when I've transferred from an exchange such as Coinbase into the ledger. And so I have like Bitcoin 1, Bitcoin 2. But I'm wondering from within the ledger if anyone can help me to create new accounts for the children and if that's a wise thing to do.
And moderator one.
Yeah. So, Acqui.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's definitely a wise thing to do. So, so what kind of ledger do you have? Do you have the Ledger Nano X or the X?
Correct. Yes, the Nano X.
Okay, good. So that means that you can definitely do it. It should be relatively straightforward. I actually have different wallets per child, but a lot of people use the Ledger Nano X to use the slots. So tell me again what your challenge is.
Yeah, so I guess to create new slots, I've only created them from when I'm transferring from an exchange. Like I guess I downloaded multiple Bitcoin accounts.
Mm-hmm.
But within right now, if I wanted to go from Bitcoin 1 to Bitcoin 2, is that a swap? Because there's a send or receive, buy, sell, or swap. So I wasn't sure how to, go between the different accounts.
Oh, I see. It should be a send.
Should be a send.
Yeah.
Okay, and I would put in the code. Would it give me the code again?
It's going to give you an address for each one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Okay.
Thank you. Very helpful. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, no problem. And Acqui, we also have a room where we kind of talk about these issues. I'm assuming you might be slotting them for children. I'm not sure, but a lot of times, we have a Teaching Bitcoin to the Babies rooms that we have on Thursdays at 4 p.m. from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. We'd love to have you in the room. We talk about these issues and other things to try to pass on this generational wealth to our kids. So I hope to see you there.
Amazing. Thank you. Because I initially tried to start a Cash App for my daughter, but you're supposed to be 18. So I think this is probably the best way to do it for her.
Exactly.
But yeah. Okay. I'll join the room. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for the question. Back to you, Lamar.
And I'm on YouTube and on Facebook, and I have no questions. Everybody's tripping right now. Let's see. Michael. No, who's next? I'm sorry about that. Oh, Ed Willie. Ed Willie, we just pulled you up for the thing. Did you have any questions?
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Ed Willie. Let's see. Michelle. I like how it's spelled. That's dope. What's going on, Michelle? How you doing? Welcome to the stage. Oh, she removed herself.
Yeah, she's new. She's trying to figure out the button situation.
Let me try to bring her back. Let me see. Bring her back.
Hello.
Yes. How you doing, Miss Michelle? I see you got the cone, the party hat, so I know you brand new. How you doing?
Thank you. It's pronounced Mikael. Thank you.
Oh, Mikael. I'm sorry. Yes.
That's okay. It's okay. I'm really a newbie to this. I was at the presentation event in Louisville yesterday where I heard Miss Nasha and I briefly talked to CJ. So I'm trying to understand. So I went on Cash App and I purchased the Bitcoin. I guess it was at 33%. I purchased like 1,000. I don't even know the verbiage of what I did, but I purchased 1,000 worth of Bitcoin, and it's sitting in the Cash App area. And I was going on Ledger.com last night, but I got confused. So I was just waiting on this clubhouse to open up so that I could ask the questions that I need to ask. Am I to transfer the Bitcoin that I purchased through Cash App to the Ledger.com once I purchase it? Or am I to wait until the Black Wall Street opens up on May 31st? I guess I'm just a little bit confused on what process I'm supposed to, or step I'm supposed to take next.
Mod number one.
All right, so you purchased on Cash App. Now, if you're gonna purchase the Exodus wallet, you would buy that and you're gonna send that to you. So that's a hardware wallet, a cold storage wallet, and you can store that, right?
You said Exodus.
Yeah, the Ledger.
Yeah, the Ledger wallet.
Oh, sorry, Ledger wallet. Yeah. And you can store that. You can store that there if you choose. If you want to wait for the other wallet to come out, you can do that too. But both wallets give you access to your private keys. But if it's going to be long-term storage, we recommend storing it on that Ledger because that's going to keep it off your phone and keep it, I think, more secure. But the choice is yours.
Okay, so once I pay for the Ledger.com, is it going to walk me through on how I transfer from the Cash App?
The good news is that all transfers are similar, right? You're going to have an address that you send it to. So what you want to do is you want to send a little bit first just to make sure that you've got everything right. And then you can send the rest. That's the best, usually the best course of action.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
All right, let's see. Thank you very much, Miss Mikhail. Someone on Facebook is asking, how can I join Clubhouse for Android users? And I'm gonna put this link in the for everyone. Make sure that it's me. Make sure it's not somebody else because of course, every show we get brand new scammers. But make sure it's me. So click on my name and make sure I have the amount of followers and all of that kind of stuff. Because all those other ones, they don't have any followers because they're brand new. They just make them just so they can do this every day and try to scam y'all. But yeah, use that link that I just posted, Miss G, and it should allow you to have an invite into Clubhouse as an Android user. So hopefully that helps. All right, back to the stage. Let's see. Back to the stage. Who's next? Michael, what's going on? How you doing?
Doing well, guys. How you doing?
Doing well.
Definitely appreciate the channel and what you guys are talking about today. It's nice to get back into the crypto headspace. I had a fun bit of news seeing the Goldman Sachs announcement calling Bitcoin a new asset class. That was a fun bit of news to read this morning. But I did have a question because I've been going back and forth looking at the Ledger Nano X this weekend, but I've also been looking at the cold wallet the cold card as well in regards to as an offline wallet, just kind of weighing the security standpoints and seeing which one would work best for me.
Mod 1?
I mean, that's just going to be a personal choice it's basically just going to be a personal choice, personal preference. The Ledger Nano X, works best for me. I like it. It's easy. Again, you can set up multiple wallets, especially if you've got kids, so you can have separate Bitcoin wallets for each one. So these are just things that, resonate with me. But, this is just going to be personal preference. As far as its security, both are going to be, most of the hard or cold storage wallets are going to be very similar in their security. But
it's up to you.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Michael, I mean, you have a couple of choices. So some of us use Ledger. I also use Trezor as well. So Trezor. That's another great cold storage option. So yeah, you absolutely can choose the one that makes sense to you. And also cold storage is always going to be your best option when it comes to protecting and storing your Bitcoin.
Much appreciated, Charlene. Thank you so much.
Sure.
I'm going to drop off right now, but I'm going to follow up more on that Goldman Sachs article because it looks to be an interesting trend with how bigger investment companies are treating Bitcoin now.
Yeah, they late to the party.
Quite late and very restrictive too, right? So they're only allowing it for the upper echelon of clients, but everybody on this stage, everybody in this room can buy Bitcoin. So it's kind of crazy. They're trying to create a narrative about Bitcoin that's just not true.
Yeah, like it's only for the wealthy or only for the accredited investor. It's the same thing they do to us all the time. So we just want everybody to know, like, you can get Bitcoin too. They might be offering it to their top level or top echelon clients, but you right now are a top level client because you exist. Just understand that anybody that exists can get Bitcoin. No matter the age, no matter the race, creed, religion, you can get Bitcoin. So yeah, good stuff, Michael. Yes. Thank you, man.
You're very welcome.
Sharif, I think I skipped you, man. I'm sorry about that. What's up, Sharif?
Peace, brother. You know it's all good. We here. Peace to the room, to the family. How's everybody?
Doing well. Good cousin, Sharif.
Black cousin, bro.
Beautiful. I love to hear it. A couple quick things. As usual, I'll play question asker for those who don't want to come up on stage that may be following me. Some of my followers. Shout out to the family down in the audience. What is the difference? Some people are wondering the difference between running a node and mining, and also, we'll just stick to that first. So if somebody can expound on that.
Say it again. I didn't catch it. Sharif, say it one more time. My bad. What was the question?
Somebody was just asking, and I kind of gave them, my understanding of it, but the brothers and sisters can expound a little bit more on the difference between running a node via Lightning or the Lightning network and mining Bitcoin.
The difference between running a node on the Lightning network and mining Bitcoin. Got you. So running a node on the Lightning network is a separate network that it sits above or sits on top of the Bitcoin network. It is established by creating payment channels that are actually transactions that actually are pushed to the actual Bitcoin network. So the Lightning network is above the Bitcoin network, right? A mining node would mean that you're utilizing the Bitcoin network. You're actually using the Bitcoin network, and you have a copy of the ledger there that you're using, but you're also trying to create blocks. So taking the transactions, putting them into a block, and then committing the work necessary to actually make that block valid and sending that out. So it's two different things. Lightning network's on top of Bitcoin. A mining node is utilizing the Bitcoin network. Did I answer it?
Yes, sir. Thank you for that. And then secondly, for anybody that is looking to accept Bitcoin, because I know a couple brothers of mine are like, man, I'm thinking about, accepting Bitcoin for my business and stuff like that. We really, it's kind of a self-preference thing, depending on what you choose to charge in Satoshis versus your dollar. I kind of suggested, you can still charge your US dollar amount and it just be equivalent to whatever the Satoshis is at the time of, the quote unquote price of a Bitcoin, correct?
Yeah.
So basically it's like we can't really tell you what to charge for your service based on a Satoshi amount. Just charge the dollar amount that you normally would charge and have it convert to the Satoshi.
Or you can price it in Satoshi. Some people do. They price things in Satoshis. It's just, but you just got to realize if your supply chain accepts dollars, you got to make sure you're doing that conversion to make sure you don't lose the money. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you lose money when you're trying to go back and buy more supply. That's all it is. So it's just a business decision at that point.
And what a lot of people do is they actually discount the cost if you discount the cost for people to pay for things in Bitcoin, because that encourages people to pay in Bitcoin. So that's another strategy. Because hopefully if you're accepting Bitcoin from your customers, you want to collect Bitcoin. So you want to make it, you want to create an incentive for them to pay you in Bitcoin.
Understood. Thank you for that, family.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to Miami. See y'all there.
See you, Sharif.
I finally locked in, man. So I was telling the family, talking to Josh and T-Mac, a couple of other, just we have to lock in because I don't see a greater opportunity for generational wealth and for us to take control of, we've been talking about freedom for a long time. So I just wanted to throw that out there for anybody who's down in the audience that doesn't know quite what's going on.
Right. That's awesome. That's the truth, brother. For anybody, like he said, anybody don't know what's quite going on, make sure y'all stick around Black Bitcoin Billionaire because we do other shows outside of this. And by the way, guess what? Thank you, Sharif. That's a good closing point. For everybody on YouTube, Clubhouse, YouTube, Facebook, we are. We are at the end of our show, man, for Facebook and Clubhouse. Facebook and YouTube. Everybody on Clubhouse, stick around because we have an after show. You can continue to ask your questions from these wonderful mods. It's been amazing today. Great conversation, great moderating, and great questions from everyone around. Thank you guys for coming. This is the Genesis Block brought to you by keys.casa. And I am your boy, Big Ma. And like I always say, live love, love life. If you live love, you will love your life. And until next week, holla at you.